Mead, and welcome back to the Witch's Cauldron and a new episode of Tarot Talk. The discussion today is on one of the cards that people really fear in the tarot deck, and they really shouldn't, and that's the Death card. The Death card is the 13th key in the major arcana. And the symbolism and everything that I'm going to be referring to is symbolism in the Rider-Waite deck. Now, the symbolism, if you use another deck, like, you know, the Witch's Tarot, the Llewellyn deck, something like that, the symbology is going to be different. So I just think that for learning purposes, the Rider-Waite is the easiest to learn with, and then you can easily, once you've got these meanings and everything down, you can switch over to another deck, you know, in a heartbeat. So, you know, I like to do a little bit of explanation of the symbology, very broad general meanings in the upright and the reversed position, get a little bit more down and dirty into the meanings, and then give you examples of typical meanings for various subjects or categories that are common to a lot of the more popular tarot. So that would be, you know, like your career, money, your home life, family, love, relationships, and then general outcomes, general guidance, esoteric guidance, mundane guidance, that sort of thing. So, and you'll see me refer to notes because I don't want to miss anything by just going off the top of my head. If that bothers you, I'm sorry, but you know, my old brain doesn't work the way that it used to, and I will invariably forget something. I also give you the planetary correspondences and the zodiac correspondences where applicable. Okay, so let's talk about the Death card, and I'm going to pop him up over here. Ding! So on the Death card, you can see it shows death on horseback with 4 hounds, okay? And if you remember, in the book of Revelation, the pale horse was ridden by death, okay? So remember that. I mean, this includes Christian symbology. It's not like pagan symbology. The white horse stands for change and transformation, okay? You will see the sunrise and the sunset between the 2 pillars. And then the banner with the rose that death is carrying is purity of desire. That's what it refers to. So a lot of, in the upright position, well, let me go ahead and get its correspondences out of the way. And death is ruled by the planet Pluto and is affiliated with the zodiac sign of Scorpio. And in broad terms, in the upright position, it means endings, and endings of something and a beginning of something else, change, transformation, and transition from like one state to another. In the reversed position, it usually means that there's resistance to change, unable to move on, not being able to cope well with changes. But the Death card is a very, very powerful card. And like I said, it scares a lot of people because they think that it means a physical death. Not all the time. I mean, it can refer to that. Very rarely, but most of the time it is about ending, transformations, and transitions. This is also the death of something harmful to you. This could be the death of a relationship, a death of an addiction, something like that. Transform in something, transform to something else, okay? It's about significant change, and it's an unavoidable change. Because you've got to remember that it is inevitable. Death is inevitable for us all. And it's when we transition and change, we leave behind this physical vessel and we transition and change back to, you know, the afterlife, to the pool of souls, you know, and into a different matter of being until we are reborn again into something else. Okay. In relationship readings, it can mean the ending of a relationship. Okay. What is important to remember about the death card is, what am I supposed to learn from this particular event, from this ending, from leaving this chapter in my life and going into another? What is the lesson that you are supposed to take away, you know, in this change, this major change in your life? Now, I'm going to go through some like major, you know, points and categories. Now, when you're doing a reading, you have to remember that major arcana cards trump the suit cards. So if you start out with a suit card and you put down a major arcana card that's, you know, a modifier to that, the major arcana is the driving force. Suit cards, there's a little bit more flexibility on whether or not events are going to happen, but the major arcana cards, those are going to be pretty major life, you know, themes or life events. All right. So that's one thing that you need to remember. Now, in readings, when you have the death card, and in numerology, the 1, it's the 13th key. So 1 plus 3 equals 4. So it is affiliated with the number 4 in numerology. And when you have many forms, it's like fruition or manifestation of an idea, along with a good foundation and space for things to grow. Okay. Now, the focus of this card is endings and new beginnings, especially with partnerships, relationships, or an ending of the status quo, like a period where you feel rather stagnant or that you haven't, you know, made any progress on something. It's about new conditions that are evolving, new opportunities, and a new lifestyle that's going to be required of you. You know in your heart that you can't keep going on this way, and there's something better. You need to transition, let go of things that harm you. Let it go, let it die, move on to something better. Okay. In the romance department, this is a significator of a relationship ending or coming to an end, or it has already ended. However, it does not mean that your love for that person will end. You will still, you know, carry a little bit of a flame, you know, for this person. I may have, you know, an ex-husband. I have a wonderful man in my life now. But I don't wish any ill will toward my ex-husband. I do not do that. Karma has taken care of him 100 times over. You know, and I respect him still and care enough about him as a human being to not wish him any ill will. You know, the same love I have for, you know, mankind in general. I don't wish my enemies, you know, bad unless they cross a line. Then it's all, you know, no holds barred. But I just find that what you can take away from this is that, you know, it takes a lot more energy to hate somebody than it is to just respect their existence and move on and treat them like you would, not with hate, still have love for mankind in your heart. Okay, you're still going to care enough about them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you really are still in. You can love someone and care for them without being in love with them. I am in love with my partner now, you know, with the man that I have in my life now. Am I in love with my ex-husband? Absolutely not. But I do care about him, you know, and love him for the fact that I loved him at one point in my life enough to marry him, okay, and make a life with him. So as far as the unexpected is concerned, there's going to be a major change in your life, even though you feel like, you know, you're kind of in a state of inertia. There's nothing moving you forward, nothing pushing you backward. You're just kind of there. There is going to be an unexpected change, okay, that's going to force you to another path, another existence, another, you know, type of life, another career, okay? It's more of a release of something and then a rebuilding period, okay? So, I mentioned before where others are concerned. I mentioned before that, you know, a love affair or a relationship is going to come and end, but your love is going to go on, okay? But the thing of it is this card reminds you that you need to let go of the past, okay? I let go of the hurt. I let go of, you know, the life that I lived with my ex-husband. I let go of a lot of stuff just so that I could find peace and open my heart up so that something better, someone better could come along and bless me in the long run. So that is what this is all about, okay? For your home, okay? This may indicate a need to move or relocate, especially if it's connected to your job, like getting transferred to another city, something like that, okay? For your work and career, things are not going to go as you planned, okay? There's going to be a lot of unexpected changes in the work and career area. Or there are going to be a lot of obstacles put in front of you that you're going to have to confront in order to move forward in your career and into, you know, the way that you want your career and your work life to go. Okay. As far as your emotional state, this is a card that is very indicative of profound unhappiness and depression. Okay. And that you're tending to be overwhelmed. All right. And this card is reminding you to just kind of hold on. Things are going to take a turn for the better. Okay. It's not going to take you to rock bottom. Okay. There are other cards that will do that. And if they come up in conjunction with this, then, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. Now, the ways that you are going to find pleasure and solace almost is through good friends and reuniting with people who have been absent from your life. You know, let's say, you know, a friend that you've lost kind of touch with and things like that. Okay. As far as the family, this is usually an indication of a happy gathering of family or an event where family will get together, and it'll be okay. It'll be a good gathering. Okay. All right. Now, for your physical body, okay, you're going to have discussions about your health, death, dying, things of that nature. You know, the ability, you will have the ability to change or transform the quality of your life or your health by changing your attitude and the way you think about things. Okay. You can't keep doing the same things over and over to your body and expect it to get better. Okay. Finances. This is usually a severance of income or a financial loss. Okay. And it's going to cause you a lot of worry. Sometimes this will come up in conjunction with the Five of Pentacles, and that can actually mean, you know, a bankruptcy, a real blow to your financial well-being. Okay. As far as general kind of things, you're going to realize that things are not going to go to plan. Okay. You cannot plan everything in life. Okay. This is kind of the wrench in the works, the spanner in the works. Okay. As far as like mail and things like that, you're going to get some really disappointing news through the mail. Especially something that you had counted on coming through, either a job offer, a check from somebody. It's not going to come. You're going to be disappointed. Okay. And it's going to leave you feeling kind of shortchanged, and on the short end of the stick. Let's see. For your overall success, okay, your success is going to come through your ability to rise up again after things have been, literally the rug's been pulled out from underneath you. Especially if this is in conjunction with the Tower card. You'll get the 1-2 punch with that, and you're going to wonder, WTF. So you're going to rise again in a new and different and better form. Okay. Special guidance for this card. In the mundane, in your daily mundane life, there are a lot of changes that are going to take place. And in 3 to 6, the key numbers are 3 to 6, and that can be 3 to 6 hours, 3 to 6 days, 3 to 6 months. Where, if you remember, Jesus was resurrected on the 3rd day. Okay. So this is all about your resurrection, either 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. Okay. And your new direction will be made apparent to you. It will emerge, and you will, quote unquote, rise again. In the esoteric, there is a habit or a pattern that you have developed or fallen into that is extremely difficult for you to break, and you're going to have to rely on the help of others to help you through this, and because you can't conquer it alone. All right. This card, when it comes up as the best course of action for you in a reading, It's to let go of situations, things, and people that do not serve you well. Okay? Things that do not serve a purpose to your evolution and a purpose to you in whatever lessons you are supposed to live in this lifetime. This is a card that is telling you to let go. If you're in an unhappy marriage, let go. If you're in an unhappy relationship, let go. If you're in an unhappy situation at work, let go, change careers, that kind of stuff. This is the let go card. This is the mantra, let go and evolve. Okay? Transformation is everything. So the outcome, the general outcome for this card is that there is a brand new order of the way things are going to be done in your life. There is a new, kind of one of those things like, you know, rising from the, you're going to be like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Okay? But it's going to take a big change in you. You may have to go through a lot of, you know, pain and, you know, emotional pain, you know, and suffering to get to that new transformation. But once you get there, buddy, it's going to be a great ride. Okay. So with that, my friends, that was the death card in the Rider-Waite deck. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you got questions about the death card, just leave them down in the comments section. All the Twitter and email, everything will be in the end screen and in the description box. Thank you for watching. Merry we did meet, merry we will part, until we merry meet again. Be well and walk in love and light, my friends. Bye.